And welcome to True Blue Politics Podcast Daily. Um, we are here. This is July 21st, 2026, and I am Karen from Chicago, and I'm joined with my co-host Anita from San Antonio. Hey, Anita.
Hey Karen.
What's up?
Not much. It's just another day in crazy town.
Another
What else
day,
is new?
another day.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, well, it is a day. We talked about the Tate brothers. Everybody seems to be talking about the Tate brothers and um yeah, it just
Yeah. Well, today we're going to talk. We're
we're
going to
gonna
play.
talk. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about what are we talking about?
No, we're going to
You
play
sent me
like,
some information.
yes, we're going to put MAGA Mike, Moses Mike, whatever you're going to call him, Johnson, the Speaker of the House. He was at, I think it was at that Iowa Freedom Flavin,
Freedom
whatever the
Flav
thing
and
is.
it's the Family Leadership Summit, whatever that is,
Yeah,
26
they have a
principle
bunch of those things.
principle over politics.
I know this is it's always so. I mean, just like
Convoluted.
I know. Well, it means nothing. It's just marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because like they have that one, the freedom and what is it called? Freedom and faith or something like that. They have all the time, every year, and they go to that.
Freedom
And
and where their faith offers no kind of
I know, I
freedom.
know, I know. It's just
It's a
these
joke.
freedom to do what? Freedom
Freedom
to
for who?
freedom. Yeah. I mean, what they mean by freedom is they don't have to. They get to say the N word and they get to be, disgusting bigots and anti-trans and homophobic, and
Hmm.
it's that
And
kind
they
of
get to
freedom.
tell women what
Yeah,
to do and where
they
they
get to.
need to
Yeah,
be, what their place is, and when they
that's
can
right.
speak and what,
Real
yeah.
freedom.
Yeah,
They.
real freedom.
The truth is, they hate freedom. They want to be
Mm-hmm.
controlled.
Yep.
That's why they love Donald Trump,
Yep.
and they. That's why they're Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so he does a speech, and he's. This is kind of setting the tone for the midterms for Republicans. That's what he's trying to do. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you've heard him recently, but it's all this election is going to be about fear. They're just going to make you fear the Democratic Party because that's
Mm-hmm.
all they have.
Right.
I mean, they don't have they done nothing but pass a bill that's extremely unpopular, the big beautiful bill, which just
Mm-hmm.
gives more tax cuts to multi for corporation. I mean, to the very wealthy, right?
Yep.
And um, the affordability crisis is going on. The Iran war is happening. Donald Trump is crazy, and he's running around with his obsession with things like the reflecting pool and making everything gold and building his ballroom and going to the World Cup and making an ass of himself because that's all he cares about is getting
That's the only
attention.
thing he knows how to do is make
Right.
an ass out of himself. And
Well, he can't help himself. He can't help himself. But that's all he cares about. He is basically not interested in being president. He never has been. He
mm-mm.
likes the pomp and circumstance. He likes the ability to control other people or to make people kiss his ass
Right.
because he's been a loser all his life. People have
Mm-hmm.
always laughed at him and mocked at him. He was considered the bottom of the barrel in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And people made fun of him, of course, because he's a ridiculous person,
Yep.
right? So now he gets to make these people kiss his ass. He loves that.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves, decorating. But he's doing nothing about the real problems in this world. He's bored with the Iran war. That's going, you know, nowhere. I mean, it's just getting worse, and it's making our lives worse because everything's getting more expensive. Gas prices are going up,
Mm-hmm.
food prices are going up, farmers are hurting because of fertilizer
Tariffs.
shortages and
Mm-hmm.
tariffs. So
Mm-hmm.
everything's going pretty bad.
USAID going away.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
USA, all these things that are happening. People have lost their health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So and he's worried about the reflecting pool. I mean, and
Yeah.
going after the people he says,
Mm-hmm.
hurt his
And yes, and
reflecting pool.
while Americans are being killed because of his
Oh,
endless
and his
war
immigration. Yeah, well, and his
with
immigration policies.
well, there too, but while people were dying because of
Oh,
this
that. Yeah.
endless war, he was at the World Cup photobombing the Spanish team as they were hoisting the trophy.
Yeah, we showed that.
And
We showed
yeah,
that clip yesterday at the end of the
yes.
show. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's ridiculous, and as the whole world is mocking him. You should
Mm-hmm.
see the way they're portraying this whole thing in around the world on these news outlets in like different countries like
Yeah.
India and France and
Mm-hmm.
Germany. It's They're mocking him and they're
Yep.
making fun of him, and of course it's humiliating for America because 77 million Americans voted for this guy,
Yep. 70.
reelected him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And these 77 million Americans have been radicalized by the Republican Party. So he didn't come from nothing. This is because of the Republican Party radicalizing a bunch of people, predominantly white people, um,
Well,
based
they're
off
not
of
all radicalized.
racism, based off of racism and
Yeah.
also misogyny. And they are all in on the rape culture, apparently, because they try and defend Donald Trump and the DOJ and people like Todd Blanche, you know,
Well, they're
from because they're basically not releasing the names of the perpetrators. They unredacted the names of the victims. The victims went and met with him. I don't know if you heard any of this, but
Yeah,
they
I
went
did.
and it was like under an hour. It was a meeting
Yeah.
for under 1 hour. He was completely dismissive, condescending, insulting, especially to the women. Apparently, Virginia Giuffre's brother was there, and he was the only one that he showed any kind of deference to.
But he's a man.
Yes, yes, exactly. I mean, this is where
Well,
we're
the reason
at,
why he
and this
did
is
it,
because of the Republican Party. Of course, the reason he did it was because Tom Tillis said that
right? Tom
he
Tillis said
wouldn't
he,
vote for him unless he
yeah.
did. But
And then,
it meant nothing.
well, now the survivors are want a meeting or demanding a meeting with Tom Tillis because they feel like they were
Good.
traumatized and screwed by
Yeah, they
not
were
only by Todd
absolutely.
Blanche but by
Yeah.
Tom Tillis, who
Yeah.
now has basically said, "Oh, okay, well, you met with them, great for
Right. Well,
that's that's good,
I called his office and I left a message because of course
good."
nobody's picking up. Yeah, but I'm just like this is disgusting. This guy met for hours with Ghislaine Maxwell, who was convicted of sex trafficking, child trafficking, and trafficking, sex trafficking women and rape. This whole, anyway, But I'm
But
like,
the
and
real thing we need to be scared of, honestly, Karen, is the Democrats, okay? And the
oh,
Democratic
sure,
Socialists. That's what we need
yeah,
to be,
they're
and
the
that's
real
what Mike
scary
Johnson is going to
ones.
explain to us
Okay,
how we're going to lose our country because Democrats and Democratic Socialists. So,
okay, all right. Well, let's get on with it, I guess. All right, here we go. And we've sped it up a little bit. Hold on one second. Not sure why this isn't playing. It's not playing. Hold on. Bear with me. I don't know what's going on here. Why it's not
put it
muted.
live.
It's not muted. Hold on. Let me turn up my volume. Nope. Got my volume up. Bear with me one second. I'm gonna have to reboot or
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank
Okay.
you.
He's at that. What was the name of
Okay,
that?
thanks.
it's up here, the Family Leadership
Y'all
Summit.
make me feel right at home. Thank you so much.
Can speed it up a little
Look,
bit
how
more.
would you like to follow a Guinness Book of World Records flag? Okay? Thanks a lot, Bob. Thanks a lot. Logan did an extraordinary job. What a great investment this is going to be. What a testimony. And I think they might have mentioned it, but we're going to try to get it in the new Grand Ballroom on the White House. How about that?
Okay, stop right there. He's talking about that stupid
President Trump's going to
flag.
love it.
Hold on.
Trump's going to love it. This ginormous flag. This is how much they stuck up to Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
It's so gross. Go ahead.
Okay.
We'll have to stop it quite a few times.
I want to really give my heartfelt appreciation to Bob for all that we do at the Family Leader on the front lines of the culture and trying to engage the church and make a difference in our politics and in policy and all the rest, and you certainly do. I want to thank everybody who had a big part in making this summit possible. I'm told this is the 15th year of it. In my mind, it's been going on for half a century because I've been hearing about this so much, and I've been wanting to attend every year, but we could never make the schedule match up.
Okay,
And I'm so grateful that God's grace is to be here with you today. And I want to give a special thanks to the great people of the extraordinary state of Iowa.
I don't want to listen to all the people that he's giving thanks to, though.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Because you set an example
Okay.
for
No,
all
I
kinds of
get
people,
that.
And what
Yeah.
happens here has an impact that reverberates throughout the nation. You know that. And And so it's a stewardship obligation that comes with that. And you all live out the values of faith and family and freedom as well as anybody in any state. And I'm truly, personally grateful for your example and how you do that. So it's my honor to be with you today. You all know that we're in a spiritual battle right now. I know I'm preaching to the, I was going to say the choir. This is the honor choir. Okay, I'm preaching the honor choir. You know we're in a spiritual battle. And it requires us to walk circumspectly, as the scripture says, and to stand on that eternal truth that we know will guide our nation through the dire straits. We're having those challenges today. In fact, we're facing challenges right now that are greater than at any time in our lives. And I know I don't have to demonstrate that for you with all the evidence. You're watching it. This is the group that's savvy. You know what's happening. Psalm 11:3 is a passage of scripture I think about a lot.
Okay, point of order. The entire Republican Party is in charge of every fucking branch of government, including the fucking Supreme Court. So I'm sorry, but this might be on you, Mike.
We're in dire straits, all right. But that's because you guys are in charge right now. That's because of what you guys have done.
Exactly.
And so,
I mean, sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, finish. You're all ready today, but if the foundations be destroyed, what will the righteous do? And as I always remind my friends, that is not a rhetorical question. It's one that we have to answer right now in real time, because the foundations are under direct assault. And if you're going to defend the foundations, if we're going to ask everyone to stand in the gap with us and defend and hold those foundations, we understand that they're so important. We are celebrating the 250th anniversary of the greatest nation in the history of the world, and it's not even close. We are the most free, most successful, most powerful.
It was.
We're the most free, most successful. I hate this. I really do hate this. I mean, I get, believing that you live in the greatest country on the, on earth. And that's okay. Because, but
here's
people
the thing.
In France,
you can say, listen, it's great for you because you can stand up there and you can say all this bullshit because you're protected by the First Amendment. Okay. But it's not okay when you legislate this bullshit. That is where you step over what this country is supposed to be and freedom, other people's freedoms. You don't get to it. You can practice your fucking faith. You can practice your religion. You can live the way you fucking want to live. You cannot fucking legislate it. That is not democracy. That is a theocracy.
But when he talks about how great we are, I mean, the truth is, we have terrible healthcare in this country. Well, we have terrible. I mean, what is it? 20.
That's because of the Republicans.
Yeah, because of the Republicans. We have a high poverty. We have a very high maternal death rate and a high infant mortality rate. We don't live as long in this country because we don't have good healthcare. People don't have insurance, and we're one of the only countries. I think there's only like one or two others, and I can't even remember who they are, but that don't have universal health care, at least some form of universal health care. So, I mean, when he talks about we're the greatest country on earth, we have a lot of problems. And just saying that over and over again, this is what they do. Just run around talking about how great we are. And they never want to look at our problems and actually try to do something about them.
No. Because that's not what it's really about. I mean,
no, because it's great for them. Like you said, this is a great country for them. If you're rich and white and, Christian,
and I don't know who, what socioeconomic bracket these people that are attending this, family and leadership. I assume that it's a pretty hefty ticket price. These are not your average, Trump rally goers. Right.
No, these are people that are in privileged positions, and I'm sure life is pretty good for them right now. Even though a lot of Trump supporters' life is not so good. As a matter of fact, they're getting hurt. Probably these red areas, these rural areas, are getting hurt more than like urban areas and places where people vote for
hospitals are closing down.
Hospitals are closing. People are losing their health care. The tariffs are hurting them. I mean, there's all kinds of issues. The farmers are going bankrupt at record pace. Right. So there are a lot of problems in the rural areas. So these people are probably, they called it the family leadership thing. These might be leaders like pastors and stuff like that are coming to these and right wing, of course, conservative. Right. So they're probably, as happy as can be because, abortion's been Roe v. Wade was overturned and they're getting to oppress women and they're moving right along. Project 2025 is moving along. What is it? 50% of it has already been, put, is now in place.
Yeah. I'll have to pull up the tracker to tell you the exact number.
So go ahead. It's just for him to say that. I mean, in that audience, we're the greatest country on earth. We're the most free. We're the most successful. We're the richest. You
No,
know,
we're
that
not
is so tone deaf.
tone deaf. It's a lie.
Well, it's a lie, but it's also because the people people, regular people are suffering.
Right.
And for him to sit there and say that, well, people are
Mm-hmm.
suffering. A lot of people, 90% of Americans think we have an affordability problem.
Mm-hmm.
People can't buy houses right now.
Nope.
People can't buy groceries, can't afford to pay their bills.
Right.
Electricity's
Or they
gone
have
up
to
almost
decide
20%.
between, yeah, between paying for health care or just saying, fuck it. I'll
Yeah,
just hope for the best. We'll
they
take our
can't afford.
chances.
They
Right.
can't. Yeah, exactly. And hopefully they don't get sick. My daughter's boyfriend just had an appendicitis, and he was supposed to go. He just got a job where they don't have. He doesn't have health care coverage, and my daughter's a teacher and she was going to put him on her plan, but she couldn't get him on until October. So he was without health care. He
Mm.
had that appendicitis right during that time, a
Yep.
young guy during that time when he didn't have health insurance. And now he's going to be paying a hefty hospital bill
Mm-hmm.
because he had to stay in the hospital because his appendix burst. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
Shame
that
on
can
him.
happen.
Yeah. Shame
Yeah.
on him. Mm-hmm.
Shame on him for
Not
getting
poop.
sick.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna keep playing this.
Most benevolent nation that has ever been. But it is not by happenstance. It's because we were built on these very firm foundations and they're under direct assault. About 24 hours ago, I was in Washington and I had the occasion to speak to all the summer interns on Capitol Hill.
Hold on,
I think 700 or 800 students there from universities across the country.
We're never
They're
gonna
on
get
6
through
or 8
this.
week rotations, but they were all there together. And I had them in a big room just like this. And, that's the annual event where the Speaker of the House talks to the interns and you tell them about success principles and how to be a good intern, how to make the most out of your internship, how to network, all that. I did a little bit of that, but I got right to the things that are the most important. I am apt these days not to waste any time, and I know that you feel the same, because these are serious moments of history that we're living through. And so what I did with these interns is I did a little illustration that I used to do before I became Speaker of the House. Members of Congress get lots of invitations to go speak at university campuses, college campuses, and the like. And I used to accept every one of those that I could because I think it's so important. See, we have to make sure that we're passing the baton along to the generation that comes behind us, and you all know that many of them have been indoctrinated instead of educated. So
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. Let him finish this because this story is good.
Okay. Okay.
This story is he's getting to a point, a bad
Is
point.
he? Okay.
Yes.
go on these university campuses and I would do a little exercise. We'd usually have a large whiteboard on the stage with me. I'd request that in advance. And I told the students yesterday, I brought a whiteboard and I said, let me just show you a little illustration that I do on college campuses. And I said, first of all, raise your hand. I asked the students, raise your hand if you agree that you live in the greatest nation in the history of the world. And it would break your hearts in this room that there's only a few hands that go up on every campus. I said, well, put your hands down. If you don't agree that you live in the greatest nation in the history of the world, would you at least agree with me that you live in a great nation? And you'd get a few more hands go up. I said, look, put your hands down. I'm a constitutional law attorney. I'm a historian.
Okay,
I can put on my evidence and put on my...
Stop. The fact that those are interns, 700 or 800 interns, both Republican and Democrat, and he can't get but a couple people to raise their hand that we're the greatest country on earth, okay, might tell him something. You might sit there in your privileged position and think we live in a great country. But the truth is, the majority of Americans, real Americans, don't see it that way. People are suffering. If you don't understand that you are the one who is out of step, not them.
Right.
There's 700 or 800 of them. These are people that are young people, and they're having a rough time. They're not going to raise their hand. We're the greatest country because they see what's happening in this country.
They're feeling it.
They're feeling it.
Yeah.
So for him to say that,
And here's the thing. So he can blow smoke up these people's asses, okay, all they want. And he can sit there and talk about these kids, these young interns, and basically how, oh, they've been indoctrinated, they've been whatever, I'm going to scare you, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. This is not playing. This might play to this room. It's not playing. And it's not going to change the fact that you have hundreds of these interns that do not agree with what he's saying, and the majority of Americans that don't agree with it.
Because
they're
like
going to
get they're feeling
killed.
It.
They're getting killed, and they will get killed in the midterms.
Yeah, when you
they
hear
will.
And he knows that because he's sitting there and he's saying, "Oh, he can't believe it." And of course, they're indoctrinated. I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, right.
Well,
that's
why would they be
is.
Republican interns then? Okay,
right. Well, because they've been indoctrinated.
That's true. Well, they have been indoctrinated, but we're not.
By their radicalized parents, and you're not going to get me to say that they're not radicalized.
Okay. Republican parents?
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Full case today and prove to you live in the greatest nation. But let me show you in a quick summary of just 6 words on a board. Now, I want to share this with you because it's an easy illustration. I believe the 250th, the semi-quincentennial, is a great opportunity for us to turn this into a teachable moment. How do we explain concisely to the generations coming behind us what makes America so different and exceptional and extraordinary? What are the foundations? So I go up on the whiteboard, and I did this
Immigration.
with the students just yesterday on Capitol Hill. I've done it on university campuses. I go up and I
Oh,
say,
I
let me
want
show
to
you in just
hear
6 words
this.
this distinction, just a few words, this distinction of your country of the others. So I go up on this big whiteboard that's on the stage, and I write just a few words on the board. I write G-O-D, God, really big at the top of the board. I go
Oh my
halfway down the
God.
board, I write the word king with a lowercase k. I go to the bottom of the board, and I write the people / the subjects. I draw a bunch of arrows down from king to the people of the subjects. So I stand back and I look at that and I say, now, what you're seeing here is sort of a word picture. This is a depiction of a philosophy that was known as the divine right of kings. This is the philosophy that was followed by, it was a medieval European notion that there's an almighty that hovers above us, but the king, the earthly king, is the sovereign. The king is the boss. Indeed, they recognized, they thought that the king was the one that can tell you what property you can hold, what rights you have, often, sometimes who you can marry, how many children you can have. The king is the boss. Well, all that changed in 1776 because a group of patriots.
Oh my fucking God.
I know. Okay, let him finish this because it gets worse.
Came along.
This gets...
And you all know, everybody in this audience knows, 56 of the 56 signers of the Declaration, many of them had seminary degrees. Virtually all of them were students of Scripture. And they understood from God's Word
No.
that paradigm is not right. G.K. Chesterton is the great British philosopher and statesman. He said one time, America is the only nation in the world that was founded upon a creed. And he said it's listed with almost theological lucidity or clarity in the Declaration of Independence. What is the creed? What we just celebrated earlier this month. We hold these truths to be self-evident, Jefferson wrote, on behalf of the Committee of Five. Adams, Franklin, a couple of others were there with him, Sherman, Livingston. We hold these truths to be
Wait, are they the Freemasons
Franklin
that
is
he's talking about?
the Diaz. These guys were, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I mean, what he's saying, that yes, it's true. But what he's saying, but he wants a king. I mean, this is what's funny about it.
What he just described is exactly what these guys are doing right now.
I know. So when he's talking about this and trying to
They
make
call
it sound,
Donald Trump the chosen one?
I know he sat there and talked about the flag and that Donald Trump's going to be so. I mean, King Trump is going to be so happy with this flag. He's going to put it in his ballroom.
Yeah,
like a king
dude,
has.
are you fucking kidding me? Who's buying this bullshit? I mean, come on.
These people.
Yeah,
and
these people.
Here's the thing: if he thinks that this is going to play in an election, in a midterm election, this kind of messaging, he is so
Go to your
wrong.
constituents with this, Mike. Go to your constituents and try and pass this bullshit off.
And tell them we're the greatest country on earth of freedom and the most successful. And by the way, in Louisiana, he has one of the poorest districts in the United States.
Has
in
he
Louisiana.
done a town hall? Has he gone down for a town hall yet?
No, he doesn't do town halls. No, he doesn't do town halls. And he has like 20% black constituents in his district, which is interesting. And they're one of the poorest in the country.
Yeah,
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you are so gonna owe me for this.
I know. Right.
Okay.
Right. No, we have to know what they're saying. And
okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Finish this torture.
And when I'm reading this to university students, I always pause with each operative word and I say, wait just a moment. What is a self-evident truth? And they will ultimately conclude it's something that's obvious. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Stop, wait a minute. Do you notice it doesn't say born equal? It says created equal by God.
What?
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and they are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, and among those the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, that language doesn't seem so revolutionary today, but boy, was it in 1776. It was earth-shattering. We were the first nation in the history of the world to boldly proclaim the eternal truth that our rights do not come from government; they come from God Himself.
No, okay,
now, I want
stop
to
right
the
there.
implications of that.
Our rights are protected by government. They're inherent. That's what the Constitution says. They are inherent. That everybody, like, we want to be able to self-government. That we want to be able to elect our government. We have to want to have choices, right? But our government protects our rights. Without government to protect our rights, we wouldn't have rights.
Right.
They would be overrun. And you know who would rule? The elites. The people, only the strongest, the most powerful, the richest.
Which is exactly what
he wants. What they want.
What they're trying to do right now.
Yeah. I mean, this is just Glenn Beck used to talk like this. This is crazy talk.
Yep.
Okay. So, and now the Speaker of the House is talking like Glenn Beck.
Yep. Glenn Beck wasn't in office, was he?
Oh, and by the way, no, he wasn't. He was on Fox News and he got kicked off because he was so crazy.
Because he was nuts.
And he used to do the chalkboard thing. Didn't he bring up a whiteboard? Didn't he bring up a whiteboard?
You're asking the wrong girl.
I know. I've heard I have a whiteboard. I have a whiteboard right here. And he was like drawing God, King, people. Okay. Yeah. Just like Glenn Beck would do.
Oh, God. Okay.
I did this just yesterday on Capitol Hill in my non-secular speech. And I told him, I said, look, what I'm saying to
Please.
you is exactly what the founders said. It's what previous generations of leaders said. This is not radical stuff. It seems unfamiliar to you now, but this is the history of your country. You see, the nation's creed, that statement of faith in the second paragraph of the Declaration, is the foundational principle that put America on course to become the world's great superpower, to become the most free, successful, most powerful, most benevolent of all time. And it has huge implications. Because if that statement is true, and we know it is, if Scripture that informs it is true, and we know it is, it means every single person is made in God's image. The men who wrote that document understood that too. And if that's true, I tell the students, think about it. If every single person is made in God's image, it means every single person has inestimable dignity and value. And your value is not related in any way to the color of your skin, what zip code you live in, where you go to school, what your talents are. Your value is inherent because it's given to you by God. Now,
What?
here's the problem. Remember, I have on the whiteboard, God, King, people, the subjects. So I take
Yes.
What? I mean, no, go on, because he's going to talk about why somehow democratic socialists don't believe that. Don't believe that people have, inherent rights that we have given by God, or not everybody says God, but that we all have inherent rights, right? That we're born with rights.
Mm-hmm.
And that somehow socialists want to take that away from you. Okay. And he's going to go on to talk about that here. This is very interesting.
Oh, great.
I take an eraser and I go up to the whiteboard. I did this yesterday, and I erase all the stuff in the middle. I erase king. I erase the arrows that went down to the people. I erase the word, the subjects. All that's left on the board now is God and the people. So I draw all the arrows now down straight from God to the people, and I step back and I say that, in a word picture, is the essence of your country. And we're the first nation in the history of the world that did that.
Okay, then what
No,
are you
that's
doing up there? Then we don't need you.
Yeah, then we don't need you. Exactly.
Basically, we don't fucking need you. Okay, so get lost. Hit it.
God, people. That's it. Well, you know what? People
Okay.
always had that. And guess what happened? People got slaughtered. They had no rights. They were treated like shit.
And you know what
kings
happened
ruled.
to the people that took all the power and had all the money, owned all the land? What happened to
Yeah.
them?
They were the ones ruling everybody and killing everybody
Right, until
the people rose up and formed a government that protected them, called the United States of America.
Yes.
And other countries did that too. I mean, look at the French Revolution. But
Mhm.
the point is, God, people. Without a government, those things are not protected. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, just like you said, why are you there then? Okay.
Yeah. We'll
Not
cut
that
out
he's
the
doing
middleman,
anything. Yeah.
Mike. Let's cut out the middleman.
We need middlemen, but we don't
Yeah.
need him.
We don't need him. But I mean, if we're to believe him, then he should just go.
He should just resign.
Just
and just let us.
resign.
Well, you know what? We'll just deal with God. Okay.
Yeah, we're the people. We don't want you, being the go-between. We don't want, Trump
He's,
being the go-between. We're just going to talk to God. You just get
but
out of the
see,
way. Hit it.
but
Beat
this
it.
is what they want. This is
Of
what they
course.
want. They want.
I
these,
know. I'm not
yeah.
saying that seriously. I'm
Oh, I
saying
know you're not
if,
saying
if
it
I'm,
seriously, but my
right.
point is that this is what they want. They
Mhm.
want to control
Mhm.
all of us. And you know what? And by the way, and by saying, we were ordained by God to do this,
Mhm.
just like
But-
the kings did. Like Donald Trump is the chosen one, right?
Right, but the fact that he's standing up here and the fact that he is serving in the U.S. government says that he doesn't really believe anything that he's saying right now.
He doesn't believe in government. He
No.
believes in power, and this is his way of control. He believes that.
Well, isn't God the supremely powerful? Isn't he the only one that's supposed to have any power?
I think so.
I
But
mean,
it's all dumb anyway.
it's
because
bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
Because we live for millions of, how many years have humans been around?
I don't know a lot.
And I don't know why, but God, yeah, but people didn't do so well
no.
without government to protect them. That's why we
No.
have. That's why the government.
That's why
was
we have
formed.
exploding diarrhea right now. Did you hear that poor guy that called into Stephanie?
No, what?
Yeah, no, he has this, whatever,
Oh,
I can't
yeah,
remember
the
what
other
it's
day,
called.
right?
No,
The other day.
today. No, today. And he was
Oh.
like, yeah, he was very sick and it's like he's never experienced such pain.
Oh, I've been
It's
so afraid of that.
painful. Yeah.
I told you I threw out all my lettuce.
I
and
know,
everything.
but you don't have to get rid of it's just the
it's
iceberg.
just lettuce. It's just the iceberg. I had iceberg lettuce. I had
Oh,
romaine,
see,
and
why
I
do
threw
we even
both.
have that? That's like a vehicle for cream cheese. That doesn't serve any nutritional value. There's
Well,
no
it's a
reason for
filler.
it.
It's a filler. I mixed the romaine in with the
Okay.
iceberg.
All right. Well, there, you're playing with fire, not me.
No, but I don't buy those mixed, the already made,
Okay.
like Stephanie was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
because and I'm glad I don't package it. It freaks me out. I like to
Yeah,
wash it myself.
me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyway,
here, I'm going to keep it going. All right, because yeah, there's a lot left.
We erased the
okay.
middleman. We erased all this. We recognize that we owe our allegiance and our responsibility to a power higher than the civil authorities because it was God who gives us our rights. That is the premise of our nation. Now,
No, we
the
didn't
problem I tell
erase the
university students on this
middleman. We
campus is that
created a middleman. We
We
created a government. We got rid of the king, okay, and decided, hey,
Yes.
the people are going to pick the people that rule them.
Oh, so
You get
he's
that?
considering himself the people, a part of the people, but
Mm.
he's in a governmental role, essentially
Who doesn't
with
believe in it?
power, but doesn't really believe in it. Okay, can we keep it rolling? Because yeah, we're like 9:47 in and we've
Okay, go
got
ahead.
30 minutes.
You
told the kids
can.
yesterday, I said, the problem is
You were so dead. Okay.
Okay.
you're living in,
Uh-oh.
in an age, in a
I'm just
generation, in a
kidding.
culture that no longer understands the foundational principles. In fact, I take the eraser again, and I go back to the board and I erase
God, he's so
G-O-D.
clever.
I erase all the arrows that go down to the people because there's nothing above anymore. And now the only words left on the board are the people, and I say, my friends, this is where we are headed. Because the dominant forces in the culture, so many of them are trying to convince you that there is no God. That violates the
That's not
foundational
true.
principle, the basic building block, the foundation of our country. It's wrong. Historically wrong.
That God is the
Empirically wrong.
basic
It is wrong in
building
every way,
block.
and it is
No,
un-American.
No.
you know who wrote the Constitution? Men, okay?
Yeah.
Men wrote the Constitution.
Did
Educated men
Well,
wrote
wait,
the
was it,
Constitution.
wait, is that when Thomas Jefferson went to Mount Sinai and was handed the Constitution?
You mean on big tablets?
Yeah, on big stone tablets. Was that
Yes.
one?
And gave it to the people who held it up. And there was lightning bolts.
Yeah. Was there a
And
bush,
then
a
he
burning
poured it in
bush?
the water.
Was there a burning? Hey, dumb fuck.
And then
You're
and
getting
then
this all wrong.
and then Maggie came with their golden calf.
Yeah. Only it was Trump.
Golden Trump. Yeah.
Hmm.
No, I mean he's I don't know who falls for this. They'll erase God and then it's just the people. No, the people
This
vote
is
for
what
the
they want. They just want the people. They want to erase God. Shut the fuck up. Who are
Who's
you
God?
fucking talking about? But the thing of it, it's not true. That is not
I
true.
know it's not true. There are plenty of people on most Democrats are Christian,
Yeah,
honestly. I mean, or at least of some religion that believes in a higher
right,
power,
right.
right? So, I mean, it's just dumb. I don't even, the government, our government was formed on, it is the rule of law, okay,
Hmm.
and the Constitution, not God,
Right.
okay?
Oh,
We don't have,
God.
we didn't just go, oh, well, here's the Bible, these are our rules, and here's the
Mm-mm.
10 Commandments. And there was separation of church and state for a reason.
Yep.
Thomas Jefferson wrote about that. What was that treaty that, and he said, we have separation because there were some problems. People were afraid to do deals with us because
Hmm.
they wanted to make sure we had separation of church and state.
Right.
They weren't ruled by a
Uh,
religion,
huh.
a Christian religion.
Yep.
So, and church and countries that they're all fucked up when they're ruled by religion.
They hate Iran. I mean, Iran, is a
Yeah, Saudi
theocracy.
Arabia is a
Yeah.
theocracy. All these countries
Hmm.
that this is what they want. They want Sharia law.
Right. Yep, they do. This is exactly what they want.
Yep.
Okay, here, I'm going to keep going.
Okay. I said, because if this is the reality, and I get this big black marker, and I obviously circle just the people alone themselves on the board, right? I step back and I say, if that's our reality, we're in serious trouble. And if you think that's a good idea, you are not a student of history. Because you know what that describes right there? That is the basis of Marxism, communism, socialism. You see, Marxism, communism, socialism begin with the premise that there is no God. And there's a whole different set of implications that follow that. Because if there is no God, it means all that thing about having everybody.
Hello.
Marxism, socialism, and what did he say? Communism?
Hmm.
Okay. I mean, yes, but we're not talking about communists or Marxists. And socialists, we have democratic socialists. I don't think they say there's no God.
No,
I haven't heard that.
no.
They may say that this is, church and state need to be separate, but that's also what our founding fathers said.
That's right.
So keep going. This is ridiculous.
This is so nuts. Okay.
And inestimable dignity and value doesn't apply anymore, right? In fact, you don't have any individual dignity or liberty or value that's inherent. You're just another social animal. You're just part of the herd. By the way, that is the basis of socialism, okay? And you know what happens to the social animals in the herd? They got to be directed, controlled, corralled. They may provide for them a little bit, give them some free stuff, but they're certainly going to take away their freedom. And ultimately,
Nope.
No,
That's
you know what?
wrong.
You're taking away our freedom.
Yep.
That's what's happening right now. And you
Right.
guys are projecting. It's such when did anybody ever talk about taking anything away, any kind of rights away?
No, nobody. No, we
Nobody's
want
talking
to
about that.
actually protect people's rights,
We want
and as far as socialism in our system, we're talking about healthcare, delivering healthcare. We're delivering money that was our money that we paid into Social Security with. We're talking about the infrastructure. We're safe roads and bridges and air and regulating the capitalists who want to
yeah,
pollute our water, pollute our air, um, you
protecting
know,
us.
protecting
That's what we
workers.
want. Yeah, we
Right.
want. And by the way, there are countries like Finland and Sweden and
Mm-hmm.
Denmark that all have more socialist policies than the United States of America. This is
Mm-hmm.
what the democratic socialists are talking about. They
And
should
they
be called,
haven't erased God.
and they have not erased God. Okay, these guys think everything is socialism. They think anybody that's left of killing the homeless is a
Sure.
socialist.
Yep. Yeah,
You
that's
know,
why I mean it does, it's like it's one of those things where it almost doesn't even matter what we call ourselves because
yeah.
they're going to call us all these things.
Yeah, and honestly, the democratic socialist thing is not my. I wish they would have picked something else, but Bernie came up with that to try to be different, I guess, or to virtue signal. The truth, but the point is, they're just really basically social democrats. They're Democrats who are FDR Democrats.
Mhm.
They want to go back to pre Ronald Reagan
Mhm.
when the wealthy and corporations paid their fair share
Mhm. And
and
people were able to be prosperous,
people were about to. That's right.
you had a chance at, home ownership. You had a chance at sending your kids to school, you
Yeah,
know?
you had a chance at going on vacation a couple times a year,
Mhm.
enjoying
Having
a
some work-life balance, right?
Canada's not socialist.
No.
Canada is not godless. Canada has more socialism than we do.
Mhm.
These people, it's just they have been fighting us tooth and nail. Every
Yep.
little thing. The Affordable Care Act was socialism. Remember?
Mhm.
I
Using
mean, Social
fear.
Security was
Mhm.
socialism. Ronald Reagan famously called Medicare
Mhm.
socialism.
Mhm.
Okay, that it was going to lead to communism. This is what these guys have been doing since the New Deal, since Social Security. They've always, every step of the way, they say stupid shit like every time we do, we want to raise taxes on the wealthy and get a
Mhm.
little more equitable society. They say, oh, that's a job killer. And Democrats always create more jobs than
Mhm.
Republicans. So it's not only not a job killer, we actually create more jobs.
Yep.
All these guys are just lying through their teeth to
Mhm.
get you to vote for them so they can continue to rob us blind.
Rob us blind and enrich themselves, enrich their wealthy donors, enrich Donald Trump and his family.
Yep,
Yep.
abstinently.
With zero consequences, zero accountability.
Yep,
Yep.
to rule over us and make us, less free
Mhm. Yep, exactly.
and
All
have
right.
less rights and less able to,
Yeah.
go ahead
We
to
have
make sure to
fewer
be safe.
protections, fewer
Yeah.
protections. Yep. Okay, I'm going to keep it going.
It leads to death. I told the students with their eyes getting a little wider, I said, let me tell you something. This idea of socialism,
Wait,
it's a
back up
Marxist
a
idea.
bit.
Marxism has led to the murder of tens of millions of innocent people in the 20th
He said leads to death.
Hold on.
It's
you have any
socialism
estimable
leads.
dignity and value doesn't apply anymore, right? In fact, you don't have any individual dignity or liberty or value that's inherent. You're just another social animal. You're just part of the herd. By the way, that is the basis of socialism, okay? And you know what happens to the social animals in the herd? They got to be directed, controlled, corralled. They may provide for them a little bit, give them some free stuff, but they're certainly going to take away their freedom. And ultimately, it leads to death. I told the students with their eyes getting a little wider, I said, let me tell you something. This idea of socialism, it's a Marxist idea. Marxism has led to the murder of tens of millions of innocent people in the 20th century alone. It is a trail to death. And I'm here to tell you it's wrong because it begins with the wrong premise. You cannot reject the founding ideal, the creed of America, and be able to defend your freedom. Those are mutually exclusive pursuits. Ronald Reagan used to say, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. It is not passed along in the bloodstream, he said. It's got to be fought for, protected. It's got to be defended. It's got to be taught, passed along to the next generation, or they will not have the same liberty, opportunity, and security that we
Yes,
know.
stop. We learned that. We learned that because you guys are taking away our freedom.
Right.
So we realize that democracy is only one generation away from being taken away, and you guys are
Mm-hmm.
trying to take it away.
That's right.
So go ahead. Let's
Mm,
finish.
mm,
Let him go on because he sounds like an idiot.
okay.
Too long, take it for granted. And right now, my friends, we are in an all-out battle for those basic principles. It would have been unthinkable. Somebody told me 10 years ago, on the 250th anniversary year, you guys are going to be engaged in a fight to keep a constitutional republic. I wouldn't have believed it. I mean, 30 years ago in Washington, the Republicans and Democrats
Are
were
you
arguing over
fucking kidding
marginal
me?
tax
That's
rates,
Did you
because
hear
of
basic
you
regulation. That's not the
motherfuckers.
contest right now. Right now, we're in a battle, an all-out battle, to determine if we are going to remain one nation under God. If we're going to remain and keep a constitutional republic, or trade it in, dismantle
Okay.
the foundations, and go down this dark, dangerous, deadly road of communism. Not on our watch, okay? Not on our watch.
Okay.
Oh, that might play to that crowd, dude.
That is going to play but I mean, seriously, that's going to be your platform. That is what you guys are going to run
Okay.
on.
You keep
That
thinking that.
bullshit.
You keep running on that.
I know
Keep
that
talking.
yes, it really makes me happy that if that's all you got, honestly.
Hmm.
Trying to scare people because you know what? People are desperate right now. They are
Hmm.
things are not good. Okay. People
No,
feel like we're going in the wrong direction.
because
We
we
have an
are.
affordability crisis.
Because we
We're
do.
stuck in a war in Iran, a war
Yes,
of
we do.
choice.
Hmm.
The tariffs have put a bunch of farmers out of business. They're going bankrupt. What else has happened? We're not doing anything about climate change. We've got all these things going on, like these fires in Canada.
Hmm.
You can't even breathe in the
And
Midwest.
by the way, did you hear what they were talking about in Canada? I think was it Carney that said it's like, yeah, well, that's because like if you guys want to lift the tariffs and start importing soft lumber again, that would actually help because I mean they've got all of this,
Oh,
the
really?
yeah, yeah. So
Wow,
it's
I didn't
like,
know that.
yep,
Yeah, that
yep.
makes sense.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. See, I mean, but if this is what they're going to run on, I'm telling you, it's going to fall flat. People are not even going to listen to this bullshit.
No, no, they're going to be sitting there
Like you,
saying, "What are you talking about?" I mean, God, they don't even know fucking history. You can't even teach them history or whatever. You think that they're going to get through this bullshit when they know that they can't buy a goddamn bag of groceries and fill up their tank of gas to go to their jobs that pay like
if they have
shit
one.
if they
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah.
Come on.
And
Oh,
it's only getting worse.
and
I
it's
mean,
it's definitely getting worse. I can tell you, I'm feeling it. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely feeling it.
we're filling it at the grocery store, that's for damn sure. And
Hmm.
our electricity bill
Yeah.
is going sky high.
Yep.
So I mean, and of course, then we've got the flooding, and you've got
Hmm.
the air quality problem over there.
Yep.
We've got because of climate change issues, and they're doing nothing about it. As a matter of fact, they're just trying to make it worse. So we
Yep.
have got a lot of problems in this country, and this
Yes, we do.
bullshit talking about, we're the greatest country on earth, and they're trying to what is it, the herd something about.
Thin the herd and they want to or they want to yeah.
They don't believe in God, and God people see they want to erase the God
You're
part
just
and
one of
just
the
have
herd.
people.
You're not special. They just want to make it so that you're not special anymore.
God's special little boys and girls. I mean,
Dude,
come on.
there's like, I mean, the divide between the haves and the have-nots. I mean, the have-nots are feeling it. And you
Oh,
can
and
sit
we're
there, yeah, you can
eh,
sit there and talk about, see, you can't, you're not going to be able to, be one of the special people like us,
yeah,
and
and
make all
everything's
this money and
great.
everything. See, you're just one, a bootstrap away from getting to where we are.
No,
See?
but no, now,
But
see, they want to
no, the
make you part of the
socialists
herd.
want to make you
Do
a part of
you?
the herd so that you don't have the bootstrap, the ability to pull yourself up to our level. Guess what, you fucking rubes and knuckle dragging
People
idiots?
aren't falling for that anymore.
They are not setting you up for success.
No,
They're not,
and,
you will never get to that. You
and
will
they've been
never
trying to
get to
tell
that
us the
by
same
voting for these
bullshit.
people.
Yeah, they've been
Exactly.
the
Trickle
same
down
shit
doesn't
for
work.
50
It's
years.
bullshit.
It's all
Wake
bullshit.
the fuck up. If you
Yeah,
guys are still believing this bullshit, wake the fuck up.
well, I don't think people are. I don't. I think people are listening to this and going, like you said, what are you
Hmm.
talking about?
Yeah.
We
What
have
the
no
fuck are
idea
you
what you're talking
talking
about.
about?
I
I'm
just want
working
to pay my
two and
electric
three
bill.
jobs. Exactly. I'm
Okay.
working two jobs and I can't even, save, buy the food that I need, pay all of my bills. It's like, oh, and they act like, oh my God. Oh my God. See, credit card use is up. People are using their credit cards more. That's because
Oh,
we can't fucking
this is
afford
this
anything.
is how clueless they are. seriously, people are putting things on their credit cards because they can't afford to pay for things with their paychecks. So they have
Yes.
to use credit. People are going bankrupt at record numbers. People are
Yes.
defaulting on student loans at record numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many problems we're having right now, and
Yeah.
this guy's telling us, "Ooh, they're gonna, you're not. They're gonna tell you don't have inherent freedom or something."
Jesus.
This
It's
is
like,
their
wait,
this is their
what's he
solution.
talking about? What's this fancy talk? Inherent freedom?
I mean,
Inherent? What's that?
this is, and meanwhile, we're watching Donald Trump and the Republicans, clapping along as he builds his golden ballroom and
Mm-hmm.
messes up a reflecting pool and paints everything else gold and
Mm-hmm.
slaps gold over the. Have you seen the Oval Office lately? Oh my God!
No, I can't.
Oh my God! It's just disgusting. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's no more space for more
Mm-hmm.
gold.
All right. Anita, we're not even halfway through this and we're already at 45 minutes.
Okay, well then let's just finish this with and
they're
Iran.
they're they're full of shit.
Yeah, they are full of shit.
Let's just
But
I
it's good to
mean,
know that they're full of shit.
it's like, look, if anybody wants to put yourself through this is
Don't do it.
Speaker Mike Johnson's YouTube page. I'm not even linking to it. Fuck this motherfucker. Give him a
Don't,
thumbs down and go tell him to fuck himself, you fucking
don't give a
lunatic.
thumbs down because then he gets even a thumbs down, then he gets some sort of
Really?
yeah, and the
Oh,
algorithm
all
it
right, I'll
helps them.
unlike it. But fuck you, Mike Johnson. We fucking hate you.
I
You
do
fucking
this
piece
to
of shit.
trigger
God damn
Karen.
it.
No, but it's important because
Okay,
it's a perfect
if you
it's a
say
perfect
so.
example of how little they have to run
How
on.
out of touch. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So
I
all
just,
this
I,
talk about
mm,
democratic socialism and all this, and I have a little bit of fear about, losing because, there are people that won't, they're fearful of that. But there was that poll that found that MAGA, people are less likely to vote for MAGA than Democratic Socialist.
yeah.
So anyway, but that's it. So this is what they're running on,
Yeah, this
guys.
is what they're running on. Are you kidding me? It's like, might as well
God,
just throw
people.
flaming bags of shit at everybody.
I mean, I wish, I don't remember any professors or teachers teaching me like that.
No.
God, then
And their
arrow
eyes got
king,
wide.
and then the
Who the
people.
fuck? What's these?
You know who you need to listen to this? Heather
Do
Cox
I?
Richardson.
Oh, okay. I'll listen to her.
Oh my God, I would love her opinion of it.
Yes.
Yeah, because she's an actual historian.
Or the rude pundit.
Well, he would be more entertaining.
Yes.
But no, he
she's
talks.
brilliant. Mm-hmm.
She's brilliant, yes. But he says he's a constitutional a lawyer, blah blah blah. Yeah, he went to some religious school. I forget where, like Oral Roberts or something, law school.
That
I mean, he went. Yeah, he is not a.
Was he oral with Robert?
I don't probably.
Probably.
We know. Come on, Mike.
I'd rack balls till the sun comes up.
No,
Wait,
that was
Lindsay.
Lindsay. But Mike Johnson might as well. I mean, he's the new Lindsey Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, all right. So play our way out.
All right, I'm going to play our way off with this Iran
about the
video.
Midterms.
This is about the midterms. And before we go, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I would like to issue an apology to all of our listeners who had to, along with us, listen to
come on,
Mike Johnson and all of his stupid lies. Fuck these motherfuckers. No, you're right, Anita.
It's gonna end in death.
We're gonna die. Jesus.
I mean, they want to kill us, so
they want to kill us.
that.
So yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
there's pretty sure there's some women who have had to bleed out because they couldn't get
they couldn't get
abortion care.
Yeah, they couldn't get medical care for their pregnancies.
Miscarriage.
Yeah, miscarriage. Yep.
All right. Well, like and subscribe.
Like and smash the button.
Ring the bell so that our videos drop into your feed.
Buy us coffee.
Buy us coffee at our Patreon page. Join the True Blue crew of listeners. And love you guys. We'll be here. We'll be here tomorrow.
We'll be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Sacred defense. Still stuck in 2020. While the midterms get closer, ahead of the loss, he's setting the stage. Crying election fraud before the votes get made. Losing to Iraq, so he runs to the past. Prime time address just to cover his ass. Ahead of the loss, the excuse came first. Blame the count before the numbers get worse. He can feel that clock, hear the people talk. Writing his alibi before they even walk. Said it was major, said it was new, then pulled out the same old 2020 review. Redacted pages and recycled claims. A national address for his personal gains. Iran stood firm, couldn't make them kneel. Couldn't force surrender, couldn't close the deal. War going sideways, pressure closing in. So he runs back 4 years and pretends he can win. Present on fire, but he points behind. Can't control the war, so he controls the headline. Ahead of the loss, he's setting the stage. Crying election fraud before the votes get made. Losing to Iran, so he runs to the past. Prime time address just to cover his ass. Network said no to the rerun shows, so he threatened their licenses live on the flow. Presidential seal, personal rage, using the podium like a campaign stage. Midterms coming and he knows what's next. Planting the fraud claim before ballots get checked. Losing the war, losing the plot. Still crying about votes while the president burns hot. He's not preparing the country, he's preparing the excuse. Before the ballots fall, before the people choose. Ahead of the loss, he's setting the stage. Fraud in his mouth before a vote hits the page. Iran would not fold, so we ran to the past. Prime time panic just to cover his ass. Ahead of the loss, everybody can see he fears the count more than the enemy. Before the results, before democracy talks, he already blamed them. Ahead of the loss, sacred defense. He lost the past, he's losing the present. Now he's blaming the future. Ahead of